Hello everyone, welcome to Enjoy the Bounty of Planning with Dr. Tonisha Taylor. So this week we are going to do a flip through of our first couple of weeks of the month, but also really looking at how the first week of the semester went. Hopefully your first week of the semester went really well, I know mine did. And so we're also going to then plan out week 2 so that we know where we're going as we move forward. Talk a little bit about some other events that are coming up and thinking about planning in terms of big projects that you might have coming up or in terms of conferences and things like that, and making sure to not wait till the last minute to start thinking about these things. Part of the idea of enjoying the bounty of planning is that we really start to think about what's immediately in front of us, but also start preparing for what's going to come ahead so that when things come up, we're not like scared or shocked or surprised that they're happening, but we know what's going on. All right, so let's go ahead and get our notebooks and our pens and paper and get started. So whether this is your first week 1 or your 50th week 1, week 1 of the semester is always super hectic. So for me, if you remember on the last video from last week, we saw that there was a little bit less. The plan wasn't completely fleshed out. As I said last week, your planner should grow with you as the week grows. So I ended up taking a trip at the end of the week, which was not on the plan at the end of the video last week. I did end up working on more course prep that I had to do for the semester. So more of that ended up being part of the calendar, and I'm actually filming this in between some course prep, so that's why this is showing as not complete yet, but it will be done actually by the end of the day. So these are the kinds of things that you'll add on and your planner will grow. I did do a little bit of journaling and some new prep for some new meal prep here as well. So there's a number of things that got added as the week progressed. So when you're setting up your plan, one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you're constantly going back and rechecking and comparing your month, going back and checking if you're using a follow-up section, that you're going back and checking and moving those things forward as your weeks progress so that you're keeping on top of things. Now, for the research and projects area, that's where I put both the research work that I'm doing, and then I also do use that section to keep track of class prep. So I do have a spread in here that is the class prep spread, which is really more of like more of a collection. So for bullet journal, you have spreads, which is the 2 pages, and then you have collections, which can be 2 pages or 1 page, but it's basically at least one page where you keep all like things together. So some people do brain dumps, you'll see some like special projects or activities that people are doing. For me, I use it to be able to do things like research notes, class prep, idea organization, things like that. So the nice thing about using it for class prep is I did one side, which was really sort of this is really all the things that need to get done in order to set up for the first day of school. And so I did notice that I did not color in the things that were already done. So for this class, I did set it up on eCourses. I did update the early lectures that I wanted to do, and I updated the assignments already. I also did this, and I took care of that. And then up here, I did the same thing. So one of the things that's happening that's a little bit different for me this semester is because I had a couple of students who had course conflicts with two of my classes where they had a minor class that they needed that was taught at the same time as the senior course they need in order to graduate. I went ahead and allowed them to do independent studies. So this semester, that means that I'm gonna have to keep track of that work as two different classes to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do so that my students can do what they need to do. But using something like this means that I'm not trying to keep all of that in my head. I'm really putting that out on paper so that I can make sure that it all gets done. So this week also I had some daily pages. So this is what my dailies look like. I do some journaling in my dailies, and then I'm keeping track of my meals and things like that. And so this allows me to really be able to keep track of what needs to happen in my day and be able to go back and know like what I thought about, what worked for me, what didn't, things like that. I split my page so that I'm also using up all the paper and I don't have wasted paper. As usual, I'm gonna time lapse you guys, maybe do a little voiceover as I go so that you can see how the planning works out this week. So let's go ahead and get started. So over the last couple of semesters, when I've shown my students how to do bullet journaling, they've asked me how long it takes me in real time to do my layouts. So if I'm really taking my time, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to do my layouts. If I'm in a rush, it takes me like 5 minutes. So there are some times where Sunday got away from me and I ended up having to do my layout on Monday morning. And then when I do that, usually what that means is I am pretty quick with my lines so that not everything's still pretty precise, but it just means that I probably just did the line work. I didn't use a bunch of stickers. I didn't, go ahead and like color things in and stuff like that, but just got the basic layout down. I do feel like once you find a layout that you're really comfortable for your weekly layouts, it can be pretty quick. Part of what is time consuming for me is, even though I can't draw, taking my time to draw a couple of little stick figures, putting in my habit tracker, putting in the stickers and things like that take a little bit more time to do. And then of course, writing in the whole week worth of events, to-dos, projects, and that sort of thing. But on a Monday, if I'm having to do this quick, like I said, 5 minutes just to lay out the grid so that at least I have the space marked off for everything that I need to get done that week. Now this week, I also pencil marked where all of the lines are going to go to make it a little bit faster in doing the layout as I was recording. And that sometimes does help. I didn't draw a complete line. I just kind of ticked off so that I would know where the line was supposed to go. Okay, guys, so for 9 years, my university has started the first week of school the same week as the King holiday, the Tuesday after the King holiday. And for the first time ever since I've been there, they started spring term the week before the King holiday. So I was a little thrown off, and I ended up writing him like my whole class schedule and everything on Monday, which obviously is not going to work out. We do not have class, so if any of my students are watching this, we don't have class on Monday the 21st. That's not a thing. So what I end up doing is using one of the Happy Planner stickers to cover up that mistake. I said last week on the video that I love stickers for covering up mistakes. They're a blessing. But even though classes aren't in session, we still have other things that the university does. So I will have my athletics things that I'm doing on Monday. So that's why I wrote those in. And then I just went ahead and wrote in the rest of the schedule for the week. The funny thing is I noticed something didn't seem right when I was writing in the schedule. And that's why I kind of kept on going and didn't fix it right away. But then later on, when I kind of looked back at it, I realized what I had done. So here I am writing in my research and teaching plans and goals for the week. I highlight the actual topic that I'm writing in, and then underneath it put what things I want to get done. And I just do that because I do sometimes have more than one thing in the same day that I'm trying to do and that I have a goal for. Now, ideally, remember from one of my earlier videos, I said that on teaching days, my goal is to write 30 minutes. And on non-teaching days, my goal is 90 minutes. That means that I really do think about, okay, if I'm only going to have 30 minutes and I use the Pomodoro method, so I do time myself for those 30 minutes. If I only have 30 minutes, then I try to make sure that my task is actually going to fit. And then I also go back and I look at my follow-ups to make sure that I don't leave anything behind that I said needed to happen the week before. And so that way, when I write in my projects, I'm also looking at what maybe if I didn't get to the writing goals or if I didn't get as far along in the 30 or 90 minute blocks as I wanted, I can go back and take care of those. And I write those in that project and research space so that I know that I can get through the project. I also use this space as a measure, going back, sometimes looking at my research plan as well to see if a project is languishing and not getting done. And then I journal and try to figure out why it's not getting done. Is it not getting done? And sometimes I find that it's not getting done because that 30 minutes of space is not enough to even get a fraction of a sentence together. And then sometimes so then I know that, okay, if I keep trying to put this on a teaching day and that 30 minutes just isn't enough time, then I move that down to the end of the week to that Thursday and Friday when I have 90-minute blocks when I can do things. So here I am starting to put my stickers in and decorate my planner with my little fun basketball stickers. I like that little sports pack of stickers from Happy Planner. I just think they're so cute. I know it's silly, but it makes me happy. This one, I use these squad goals stickers, and this is where I fixed my Monday mistake. And you'll notice that sticker is smaller than my box. Again, I think I said that earlier, but it's smaller than the box that I write in. And so because I actually since I don't have class and I'm going to be doing some other things, I don't think when I did this, I didn't know exactly what I was going to be doing on Monday. So I didn't write anything in. But I love these little pen and pencil stickers that are in the planner pack. And so I decided to go ahead and stick one in between the Friday, Saturday, and then my little shoe from the workout pack. I think it's actually from the same pack actually that I just showed you. That for my little walk to make sure that I'm getting my steps. Again, my step goal is to get 10,000 steps a day, which for me is just, I have a pretty decent stride, so that's just under 5 miles for me in a day to get 10,000 steps. Then next, I try to do all my planning on Sundays, and so that's I always like to use that little happy plan sticker or a planet sticker or something like that to mark the Sunday goal for planning. And then this week, I'm really gonna focus more on meal planning and meal prep. It always kind of gets lost in the shuffle for me. And I decided in 2019 that I'm not gonna let it get lost in the shuffle. When I was younger, I was much smaller, and I realized that a lot of that when I was in my early adult years, when I was in college, was because I had the time and I made the time, and I stress made the time to meal plan. I was much better and much healthier about what I ate and how I did things. And so I decided that 2019 is going to be the year where I get it together. And really start to kind of focus on meal planning a little bit. So to remind myself to do that, I gave myself a couple of little stickers to try and remember that. So I just moved it back in to frame my little stickers, again, my meal prep reminders. So I have a little egg sticker and a little avocado sticker from this Happy Planner stickers book. And this is what my plan looks like for the week, everyone. So have a great week too. These are my supplies. That little metal 6-inch ruler fits in the back of my planner in the little pocket. But I used my midliner highlighter. I don't know what brush pen that is. My Staedtler 0.3 millimeters and my Crayola pencil. All right, see you later, everyone. Enjoy the bounty. Have a great week. Bye.